Monday we started saying they wanted higher. Today we had targets 170 points away. Let's see how it all played out. Plus I'm going to break down what do you do when the market doesn't move from CP to CP. Stay tuned and we'll go through all of that in today's video review. Welcome back to Day Trade Like a Pro. It's Wednesday, March 25th. We're looking at the S&P 500 and we're looking at a 5-minute chart with prediction points. And I'm actually going to jump over here to a 10-minute chart so we can fit more on the screen, and hopefully that makes it a little bit easier to see. So let's walk through this morning when we came into here, what we said we were looking for. We said we could see very easily the first target up here was this 2522 area, and then we said above that, no problem, should see up here to 58, 59 area. We've used these already, so above here we said should see up to there. And then we said above that, should be looking for that price, sorry, right up here. So that brought it way back from where I wanted to be. Okay, so right there. So we said up to that area would be next. All right, so on the pullback, what we said was that we could see, ideally, we could see this 96.50. We said here, if they could hold here, or we'd come back down, we could see that. Below that, we'd see here. We had some stuff below there. If those were breaking, we were taking it one at a time. So what happened? Crazy rip on the open. They open, they pull back to 21.25. They rip from 21.25 all the way up here to 86, and then bring it right back down here to 96.50. I know a lot of guys were done by this time. They got long, they got short, and that was that. And then what are we looking for is we're looking for the market to move from these blue lines to blue lines. I mean, that's the whole premise of what kind of movement we're looking for in the market here. So you want to notice that we're above this blue line over here. We're looking for these blue lines, and then we got that. And then over here, we got back up above these blue lines. Now we're looking for that blue line, and then we got that. And above here, these look like they're really close. These are actually like 30 points away. So above here, we got that up to there, and then up to here. And you can see there's obviously opportunities to buy this over here. And then they pull back to here, and we're looking for bigger picture. We want to see, can they get to here? Can they get to 77.75? And we knew that this was going to be, there's a couple of things we have to keep in perspective here. So from this at 9:10 until, this is Pacific time, so for nearly 2 hours, 2 hours, an hour and 40 minutes, in that 10, and on a 10-minute chart, there's one pullback candle. So this made sense to me, pulling back down to here. We said on the way up, we said watch 25.10 area. They were trying to sell that and hold that down over here. They came back down and tested that. Came back up. They ultimately held right here for this move up to there. And then came down here and could not get over here. We said 50 is going to take some work. That's 50 right there. So they ended up probing up above it, coming back, testing right there. Couldn't get back above 50. And then we had all this pullback. And this is nothing more than just some pullback. We haven't been back down to test since we broke away. We really haven't been back to test any of this. Now, this is Globex session. It's going to be Thursday's prices, so we're not going to dive into that right now. But we hadn't been back to test any of this. So that all made total sense. Now, what happens from here if they break down and they start going lower, or if they push it higher? So there's a question from CP to CP. So a number of people were thinking, well, shouldn't it go from here up to here? That's the methodology, yes. We're looking for it to go from here to there, and it's going to do that the majority of the time, as you can see. So what about when it doesn't do that? Well, it got 70 or 75% of the way up here, and it turned around. And this made sense. We pointed it out this morning, is that this was an area that we would have to work through. And then during the day, we gave you 50, and then 50 ends up holding. So I want to switch over here and walk through. We're going to go to a 1-minute chart. And there was some questions. Melman said, well, is it that it's going to go from CP to CP except for when it doesn't? Yes, it's exactly what it's going to do. And that's the way the markets work. They do, I mean, there's nothing, and he said maybe the answer is nothing's 100%. Yeah, nothing's 100%. This is, there's a lot of traders out there, big traders, market makers, who will tell you that they don't believe in forecasting the market beyond a tick or two. And every day here, I mean, this morning we told you that this was an area to buy down here at 96.25. It probed that by a few points, a couple points, and rallied from there 170 points. And we had that as the target up here. So we had the target here, they broke, they pulled back, and then they went right up to here. So from 21 up to 59. So if you were long from anywhere on this push up, you want to be scaling out and taking some profits as you go along. So what do? If you're long from anywhere, you're long from here, you're long from here, you're long from here, you're long from here, whatever, doesn't matter. It comes up to here, you're taking profit around the prediction points. It comes down, makes an attempt higher, failed attempt, we're looking at a 1-minute chart. It comes down, I want to buy it on a pullback. That doesn't work, so I'll scratch that. Comes down, I want to buy it on a pullback, doesn't work, I scratch it. Comes down, I want to buy it. You know, this is if I'm not getting short, if you're just trying to stick with it. Great, so now it breaks, so you can start looking short. And it broke down below here, but it hasn't come back down here, so a little tricky. You have 24.77 on this side and 25.77 on that side, both targets. Coincidental that it's that it happens to be the same price there. So you have above here, try it long for up to there and mitigate your risk. Trade it as close as you can to the prediction point or at the prediction point. So you're short below here. It goes from 22 down to 06, so it goes like 16 points. Comes back up. You can get long. That doesn't work. We break below here, right over here. Trade up to it, we hold, but we don't take out this low. And then back up above here, we're still, see, we're holding up above these. If you look at this, we're breaking down the price action and doing okay. We're holding up above here. We're trading down, down, down. So I'm not really excited about getting short right here with this kind of movement happening and with this happening right here. And then on top of that, we've got this. And we break out of that right here. We come back and we hold right here at 22. And then really we come back up here, we test. We can come back into this area, maybe into 30. And I posted in the chat and I said 30 area would be important to get through. And then what happens? We never got back up above here. So if we start looking at this here, we never get back up above here. We have a high, we have a lower high, and then we can't get back above there. And then it goes right through. Yes, we could pull back and we could test here or here, but then that's really it. And then below here, it really is likely going to come even lower and lower. So you have to be flexible. If it was 100%, you'd just bet your entire account and ride it up to the next price, or ride it down to the next price. But how often does it actually happen? Well, if we took off all of the orange lines and we just traded from blue line to blue line, you'd see it happens 85, 90% of the time that we trade from blue line to blue line. And yes, we didn't get the rest of this on the upside, but there was 170 points from where we called the buy down at the low. And so you want to be taking some of your profit. and then this would be called a breakdown. We break down here to, we broke down over here, breaking 30 right here. I mean, we held 30, we held there, we held there. This is really your first sign of a breakdown right here. We're breaking. We've tested here, we've tested here, we've been back here. They stall out for a little bit. You actually had an opportunity if you wanted to get short in 21, and it goes 45 points or 44 points or something down to this place. And then that's kind of where we wrapped up the day. It bounced a little bit, came back down to here. So we made it from here, from 22, that's a 50 something point target, 55 point target up to the higher one. We made it 70% of the way there. You want to scale out and you want to add back in on pullbacks. That breaks down. That's that. You can start hitting it the other side. If that doesn't work, then you start, getting, you can, if it breaks back out, which it never broke back above 50, which we said was going to be tough to get above. And then right here, and then you can start getting short again. Right here, you can start getting short. So we had a, really, really phenomenal day. I mean, really just incredible movement throughout the day here. And, it's why we have traders making $40,000, $50,000 a day, trading from basically, using the prediction points, and everybody's going to be at different levels. So what I'm attempting to do is answer this for you in a way that, look, nothing's 100%. Nothing. I mean, I've not seen anything that's 100% of it. So when something doesn't happen that should happen, like we get to 77 up here, this really needs to hold. We hold here, we hold here, we hold here, and then we break. And when we break, that shouldn't be breaking. So when we break and we start going lower, start getting short. Get short over here. And if you're so rigid in your thinking that you can't reverse and flip sides and get on the other side, then it's going to be really tough to trade. But there's a lot of opportunity here to get from here down to there. And maybe you had to try it. Maybe you tried it here going short. Maybe you tried it here going short. And then maybe you finally hit it again over here going short. But if you managed to risk over here, then there was 50 something points over here on this side. And you wouldn't have lost 50 points trying to short over here a couple of times. Maybe you lost a handful of points. And then there's 50 points over here. So you got to stay flexible and you got to adapt to the market. And in case you guys haven't been following along, it's pretty crazy what's going on right now. I mean, Monday we told you they wanted 25 area. I think maybe even on Sunday we told you that. And if you go back and you look here at what happened, then you can see that here's today. So this is today. This is Tuesday, and here's Monday. This is the open on Sunday. And they pulled down here on Monday in the morning. When they pulled back here, we were buying this down here at 23.50, and we said 25.25. That's what they wanted. 2,500 to start, 25.50. They came all the way up here. Used this in the overnight session. Sold off from there. Held over here this morning. Rallied 170 points. Now you don't need to make 170 points on every trade, but just phenomenal opportunity there. It chopped around in here. Ultimately, this all held. We're going higher. So if you stick with the probability and manage your risk, you trade it from the CPs to the CPs, and keep track of it. I'd love for someone to prove me wrong that it doesn't happen 85% of the time where it trades from CP to CP. It just isn't. It's so highly probable and it's so likely. So yes, we found one of the 15% of the times when that doesn't happen. So be flexible and then hit it short over here. No problem. So questions, email us at support. Most of you have my cell phone number. Just reach out to me. I'm happy to talk with you. If there's something that I didn't answer in here, I would love to talk with you about it. But you've got to be flexible, right? So you have something that you're leaning on, and when that changes, flip sides, get the other way. Start getting it short down to the next target. We get back above that, great. Start getting it long again. So there you have it. Hopefully that's helpful, and we'll see you in the live trade signals in the morning.